Hi everyone! Welcome to Storytime with Fairfield County Library. My name's Messina and I am so excited to do Storytime today. Are you guys ready? Okay, this week our theme is Halloween. So this week we're going to be reading two books that are all about the holiday of Halloween. Alright, you guys ready? Awesome! Our first book is Halloween Is by Gail Gibbons, published by Holiday House. Halloween is a fall celebration. Halloween started from many ancient beliefs and customs. It is celebrated on October 31st. In ancient times, people feared the coming of winter. They were afraid the sun they worshipped would be killed by the darkness of the longer nights. It was a scary time of year. They believed witches, goblins, ghosts, and other spirits roamed the earth, casting spells and playing evil tricks on people. To avoid being recognized as humans when they left their homes after dark, some people wore costumes and masks to disguise themselves as fellow spirits. Others made big bonfires to scare away the evil spirits. Years later, November 1st became a church holy day called All Saints' Day, or All Hallows. The evening before, October 31st, was called All Hallows' Eve. People continued some of the old customs. Over time, All Hallows' Eve was shortened to Halloween. Halloween has many symbols. Halloween is pumpkins. Pumpkins come in all shapes and sizes. They are a symbol of autumn harvest. Many people like to carve pumpkins. They put candles or lights inside them. When they are lit, the pumpkins glow. Always have an adult helping you when carving and lighting your pumpkin. Some people call Halloween pumpkins jack-o'-lanterns. An old fable tells about a man named Jack who was selfish. When he died, he wasn't allowed into heaven. The devil threw Jack a hot, glowing coal. Jack placed the shining coal inside a turnip he had carved. He roamed about the night trying to find heaven. People called him Jack of the Lantern or Jack-o'-lantern. Halloween is Halloween decorations. Halloween decorations are seen everywhere. Cornstalks, pumpkins, and gourds decorate homes and other places. Many symbols of Halloween are put on doors, windows, and porches. Halloween is masks and costumes too. It's time for make-believe. Some people dress up as witches. Others dress up as ghosts or monsters. All kinds of masks and costumes are seen on Halloween. People can pretend to be anything they want to be. Halloween is bats. Throughout history, people feared bats. Bats flew about in the night sky, guided, it seemed, by a mysterious power. What people didn't understand, they feared. Halloween is black cats. At one time, people believed that cats had magical powers and that witches' cats were black. They even thought witches could turn into cats. Halloween is skeletons. Skeletons were scary. They reminded people of ghosts, evil spirits, and the dead. Today, they are used to scare people and have fun. Halloween is scary story time. Weird and scary stories are enjoyed by all. Halloween is trick or treat. In past times, some mischievous children would go from house to house dressed in costumes, asking for a treat and threatening a trick if they didn't get one. That's how the expression trick or treat began. Today, people have fun when Halloween trick-or-treaters come to their homes. They enjoy seeing the different costumes. Trick-or-treat bags are filled with Halloween treats. Always have an adult go trick-or-treating with you. Halloween is Halloween parties and Halloween games. Often, people celebrate Halloween by giving parties. It's fun to guess who is who. Bobbing for apples is an old English game. There are many other games, too. Halloween is candied apples and other Halloween treats. All kinds of party snacks are enjoyed. Yum! Halloween is scary plays and haunted houses. Some schools put on Halloween plays. Parents come to enjoy the fun. Sometimes there are make-believe haunted houses for guests to go through. Eek! Halloween is parades, laughter, make-believe, and time for saying... Boo! All right, did I get you? All right, thank you for reading that book with me. Okay, if I didn't scare you off yet, our next book is A Halloween Scare in Charleston, written by Eric James, illustrated by Marina Le Ray, and published by Sourcebooks. Prepare, if you dare, for a big Charleston scare. A tale of pure terror to whiten your hair. A night full of sights that are best left unseen. You ready? You sure? This was my Halloween. The werewolves howled loudly. The moon shone so bright. I stayed in my bedroom, the curtain shut tight. My heart started pounding, my knees felt so weak, but being a brave kid, I just had to peek. I pulled back the curtains, my mouth opened wide. An army of monsters had gathered outside. They staggered and stumbled and lurched down the streets with bags full of cookies and candy corn treats. Emerging from sewers and houses and stores came creatures and critters with ravenous roars. Then more came along from all over the state. They filled up the streets at a dizzying rate. From Goose Creek and Hanahan and Folly Beach too, a mountain of monsters, the motliest crew, all gathered together for one spooky night to seek out the living and give them a fright. The thunder clapped loudly with terrible booms. The witches dodged lightning and clung to their brooms. The two-headed doggies tried chasing their tails, and banshees let loose with their hideous wails. The vampires hung out on the street in their gangs and grinned just to show off their pearly white fangs. The mummies moaned loudly and swayed side to side, while Frankenstein stomped about town with his bride. An old Charleston vampire searching for blood had got himself stuck in a pool of pluff mud. He couldn't get near anyone for a bite. They'd smell him, they'd run away into the night. Some leprechauns painted the pink house jet black and stuck silly labels on everyone's back. The Corbug cow let out an almighty moo and said, "Please behave, else I'll eat all of you." The creepies were crawly, the crazies were crazed, the Hampton Pox zombies had eyes that were glazed, the Mount Pleasant ogres were ugly as sin, with big bulging noses and warts on their chin. The ghouls danced around but were lacking in soul, the gargoyles could rock and the headless could roll. Although the whole spectacle seemed to spell doom, I foolishly thought I'd be safe in my room. But then something happened that made my heart jump. From somewhere below me I heard a big thump. I froze for a moment, as quiet as a mouse. Yes, I could hear noises from inside the house. I put on my slippers and pulled on my robe. I shook like a leaf, but I didn't think it showed. Then slowly but surely I crept down the stairs, preparing myself for the biggest of scares. My hands trembled wildly. I opened the door. I still shudder now at the horrors I saw. The stereo spat out some hideous sounds, and dozens of monsters jumped madly around. The sight was horrific. It made my skin crawl. These monsters were having their Halloween ball. And right in the middle, one monster loomed tall, the hairiest, scariest monster of all. He turned round and saw me. I fell to my knees. "I'm not very tasty, so don't eat me, please." He beamed ear to ear and broke free from the huddle, ran over and gave me a big monster cuddle. "At last, we have found you," he said with a smile. "From Saybrook to King Street we've looked for a while. We came here to give you your wonderful prize." He held up a trophy in front of my eyes. "A prize? And for me?" I replied with a grin. "But what did I enter and how did I win?" "You've won the first prize for the costume you're wearing. It even scares me, and I'm tip-top at scaring." "This isn't a costume. I'm just dressed as me. Exactly the scariest thing you can be. A small human child with a cute button nose. Your teeth are so shiny. You've only 10 toes. Not hair on your face and no horns on your head. The whites of your eyes are not glowing or red. A bone-chilling costume, a horrible sight. A worthy ensemble for Halloween night." We partied together until the moon set, a Halloween night that I'll never forget. And next year I won't want to hide in my bed. The monsters won't scare me. I'll scare them instead. All right, that was a fun one. Thank you for reading it with me. All right, everyone, thank you for coming to Storytime. Now, just because we're done reading does not mean we have to be done with Storytime. If you come down to the library this week, you can pick up a Storytime kit, which are these fun-filled activity kits that we made to go with the books we read today. Each kit comes with a coloring sheet, a craft, and a tasty recipe you can make with your grown-ups. This week, our craft is a monster drawstring trick-or-treat bag that you get to make yourself. Our recipe is something I like to call monster cookies. To get a kit, you need to come to the library and ask the person at the front desk for a Storytime kit. Now, each of our weekly Storytimes has a different kit, so in order to get the kit for this Storytime, you want to tell the person that you would like the kit for Group B. We have new kits available every week, and we have them as long as supplies last. So, if you're lucky, we might still have some older kits if you want to redo an older Storytime. Okay, we're almost done, but don't go yet. I still have one more thing to tell you about. All right, I don't know if anybody's told you guys this yet, but Halloween is this weekend. Are you guys excited about Halloween? I am. And the Fairfield County Library is too. This Thursday on October 28th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to be hosting a drive-through trunk-or-treat that you're invited to. All you have to do is show up in your costumes and be ready for lots of candy. You won't even have to get out of your car. It'll be a great time. I'll be there with a car, and we're going to have everybody in costumes, and there's going to be lots of fun decorations, and it should be a pretty good time. I will be giving out candy. I look forward to seeing you guys. I hope you can come. All right, that was our special announcement. So it's time to say bye. Thank you guys for joining me for Storytime today. Again, my name's Miss Nina, and I hope to see you in the library this week to pick up a Storytime kit, or maybe at the trunk or treat. All right, bye!